want to get married, but then a guy can go murder 14 people, molest 5 kids, then go to fucking prison and accept God, and he's going to let him into heaven after the fact that he did all that shit. See, that's all horseshit to me. That don't jive with
me. Yeah, that's a can't hold it against him. It's a logical thing that people have processing. I share too. That's the answer to that as far as Christianity goes. Is that's just how crazy accepting God is of you. You can screw it all up to your heart's desire. Go out there and do the worst things in the world, and as long as you come back and say, hey, what, it was not such a great idea there, God. I'm sorry. I do accept, that maybe I'll try it your way. I'll try it your way. I'm sorry, and He'll accept you. That's a good thing there. It's a good thing, because if it weren't for that, we would all be totally screwed. In a way that we can't even imagine, but the Bible tries to describe it, when talking about hell and stuff, and nothing good. If you think it's bad now, how could hell be any worse? You can't even imagine it. Neither can I. But no man has seen. Also, the other good thing, no man has seen the wonders of the kingdom of God. The good stuff that God will do for you if you just say, hey, yeah, I'm down with you. I'll try it your way, That's all. And you start there. You say, hey, maybe it's not all horse shit like Steve Austin said. I mean, and it does. Like it's a human nature. It's our flawed human nature to say, no, you should not be forgiven for these certain things. It's like, well, who are you to say that? Who are you to decide that these certain things here? And I mean, you always get the same things. Obviously, things like child rape. I mean, that's the worst. One of the worst things I can think of. I don't really want to spend time thinking of other worse things, but yeah, that would be a good example there. As Steve pointed out or whatever. Actually, he didn't say that. I combined the two and made it even worse. But yeah, that person can be forgiven if they just ask for it. Can humans forgive that person? Maybe not, but God can. It goes, and then when Jesus was crucified, the dude next to him, he got crucified next to 2 other people who were also getting crucified for their sins of society. Society said these people need to die, so we're gonna put them on crosses and kill them that way. So just another guy was just real bad. I think it was a murder or something. Who knows what the guy did or did not do, but he was up there on the cross because people decided he should be. Just like people decided that Jesus should be up there on the cross. What does this tell you about people's decisions making skills? Anyway, I'm suggesting that Jesus was totally blameless. He's the one guy that didn't deserve to get murdered on a cross, and there he is. So I mean, who knows how good the court of justice system was in deciding the other 2 men's fates. The people wanted Barabbas back. Pilate or whoever it was, said, "No, I'll either give you Jesus back or I'll give you, this crazy murderer guy back." And they're like, "Oh, give us Barabbas! Yeah, we want Barabbas." It's like, oh man, he's okay. Well, I'll give you Barabbas, but we're cool with this Jesus guy, right? No one's mad. He's gonna die. Everyone's fine. Okay, all right, that's it. I wash my hands of this. Anyway. Back to what Steve said, yeah, man, it's a very good point. Let's hear more of it, because I'm getting on the Young Turks, this guy.
Listen to me, these dudes.
God bless him.
I love this guy. Somebody
look at her, can't stand him.
God, that's cool, man.
That is. I love
that's
how open-minded he is. Yeah.
That's stone cold.
And to me, that shows me how.
Anyway, let's not watch the Young Turks ever.
Against gay marriage, that said the following.
Oh yeah, here's another thing ridiculous. The news loves to tell you what Christians think, and they love to tell you by just outrageous stories. And here's a Christian that did something really stupid. Look at this. Here's how Christians are. And that's the whole point of me making this. It's like we're not all like that, We're not all like that. We just, the ones of us that do happen to think, we don't get on the news and shout about it, or go say outrageous things like this person did. There's a church.
Black women,
this is ridiculous.
Anyway, so he has gone further.
Good
Apparently
job,
that
Young
wasn't enough
Turks.
For him, so
Don't.
they changed the sign
if you
to
want
say
my,
that Jesus would stone homos.
don't watch the Young Turks. Don't even. If you never heard of them, forget their name.
Stoning is still the law.
But this is insane. It's ridiculous. We all agree here. We all agree. This is
On
crazy.
homos, stoning is still the law. Well,
They say that stoning is still the law, and that gets into the whole doctrine thing. Another one of these videos will touch on that. But yeah, stoning in the Old Testament, which now that Jesus came, we have the New Testament. We're not under those laws anymore. It doesn't mean we're like free to willy-nilly break them, because some of them still may apply, such as don't covet things. Honor your father and mother. Don't murder, or thou shalt not kill, which people also say, if you look at the root word, murder actually, or kill, thou shalt not kill, means thou shalt not murder. If you want to get on that, there's all types of things we can get into arguments about. Let's focus on this one. Apparently this church here, Jesus would stone homos, is what their sign says. Anyway, we can analyze this. There's this symbol here and all this. There's the telltale signs of the devil working there. Jesus would stone homos. No, he would not. Like that's a blatant lie. This is not a Christian point of view here. It's sad that it's outside of a church and they're advertising this. This is not true. It's just not true. I can tell you why, but go look at what Jesus says. What he told them not to stone the woman, the prostitute. They were gonna stone this prostitute or whatever. Jesus comes on and he's like, "What are you guys doing? What's going on here? You're stoning somebody. Why would you do that? Oh, the Bible's, the law. The Bible says, oh, you were supposed to stone." It's like, okay, yeah, you know what? It did say that. It did say that you're supposed to stone those, but here, listen to this. Here's what I say. And I am God, so you listen to me. Don't do that. Here's what he was like, here's what we'll do. You guys are ready to kill this person, ready to throw these stones at this woman. Go ahead and do it, but only if you are sinless too. Let the person let he without sin cast the first stone. Go ahead and stone this person if you're perfect too. And, no one stoned her because they realized, we all have sin, and that was his point of the whole deal. It was like we all sin. That's the whole point of this gay thing. The gay thing is the biblical view, and you just accept it. You may not like it. Your brain may not like it for whatever reason, but just accept that the biblical view, just like the Islamic view and other views, is that homosexuality is not the preferred method. It's just, and it also comes back to believing that we have a creator, and the creator created us to function in a certain way. You need food. The creator designed us that we need to eat, we need to sleep. By our own choosing, and this is the biblical worldview, our own choosing, we screwed it all up, and now things like work. God designed a paradise for us, to live in, but we chose to not stay within the paradise and follow what this other guy was having to say, and here we are, the fall of man. But so he designed a perfect little thing for us to live in, and we decided we didn't want to live in it. We didn't want to do what he said, so he's like, okay, well, now that you have listened to this serpent, whatever. If you're not familiar with that story, it's one of the oldest ones in history. Feel free to look it up, but the serpent tempted us, and we accepted his bait, and then God was now, and the quantum level of it is now that because we have entered into the realm of Satan, that's the Slayer song. It enters into the realm of sin, what have you. God can't be around sin, so it wasn't like, oh, I'm so tired, and you made me mad, I have to kick you out of my heaven. It was a literal thing. It's a quantum thing. God can't be around sin. We chose to separate ourselves from God, and that's just what happened. And it's like, if we want to cry about the consequences, that's fine too. You just have to be willing to say, hey, I'm willing to listen to this. So, God in a nutshell, right? Jesus would stone homos. No, he wouldn't. Let's all accept that. Let's stop crying and complaining about any time you hear Christians say something ridiculous like this. Just so we all know, Jesus wouldn't do that. Anybody who follows the Bible knows that Jesus would not stone homos. So let's continue on this ridiculous, quote, air quotes, news, end quote, air quote, story that these young Turks have presented for us.
Lives in the area, was offended by this, and she's a lesbian, so she thought,
Alright,
hey,
I'm offended by it too.
There and see if they would actually stone me for my sexual orientation. Let's take a quick look at the video.
I like how they edited it. I mean, like, come on, like you can see that it's just. Why do they edit the news?
Why don't I go over
this
there
guy's face.
and see if they would actually stone me for my sexual
orientation? Cut to some look at him looking like he's all pissed off. That's how the people complain. Oh, the media programs. It does, and this is how they do it. This he has no reaction to what she's saying, literally, or if he does it, But they either flipped it, they did something. Here's the point: they cut. Okay, they cut there. Look at that. That's not actually what the guy's reaction is. Or if it is, they flipped it. Either way, they edited it somehow. They edited it to present some type of, I'm just going to say, a bias. The person that edited this had a bias in mind. And this is freaking ridiculous. And it cut to this guy. Oh, yeah, I don't agree with that. But he actually wasn't making that face. Just one of the many, 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 many small subliminal things that are in great news, quote, end quote, air quote, programs like the Young Turks.
My sexual orientation.
But I digress. And maybe he was making a face. He kind of was, but they flipped it. Why?
Stone me for my sexual orientation. Let's take a quick look at the video.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey there, how's it going?
I digress. Here's where this guy screws up. Here's a quote, air quote, end quote. Christian trying to uphold what the ridiculous thing on that sign says, which is, Jesus would stone homos. And so this quote, air quote, end quote, homo goes up to the door. Is like, yeah, I'm a homo. Stone me. This guy doesn't even know what to say because he doesn't understand the doctrine. He probably doesn't even really agree with the sign. But it's like, hey, if they put that on there, yeah, I'm down with it. I'll verify it. Whatever. He's doing his job as a doorman or whatever he is. But this guy needs to know that whoever put that on that sign, it doesn't matter who, whatever what your name is, that's not true. Jesus wouldn't stone homos. This lady needs to know that. Jennifer Louise Lopez. That's great. This is funny. You got him. But this guy doesn't represent all Christianity. Doesn't represent me. So you got this guy, but come around here to my community. No one would treat you that way. It's insane. And yeah. So God bless this guy, and God bless Jennifer Louise Lopez. I have to find you on Facebook, send you this message, just to show you. The whole deal is love, Jesus would not stone anybody. He loves people. He told us to love people. That's the whole message. That's why I'm making these videos. Even if we can't show it, because humans are flawed, if we can't show it, God is all about love. So if you don't get love for my message, I've failed. But God's message is love. Love is not stoning people to death. Love is not da-da-da-da-da. These are consequences that could happen. Not anymore. Don't worry about it. There's reasons for everything. But if you want to go look into why the Bible said that and this, that, and the other, you can do that. And there's reasons. Believe me, there's reasons. But right now, just in a nutshell, this guy is wrong for trying to uphold a law that doesn't even apply anymore about stoning people. So that's it. That's our answer to you young Turks. Thanks for presenting this hilarious news story.
Is it you that's gonna stone me?
No one's gonna stone you.
You don't have any stones. Who's gonna stone me? You're gonna.
But I would like I would like to get to the bottom of this. Who put that on the sign? That's who should be having a dialogue with Jennifer Louise Lopez. And they need to take that down because that's ridiculous. I find offense that, someone's out there representing Christianity saying that Jesus is going to stone homos. No, he's not. He's just not. And that's the end of it. So watch this play out. This is funny. Have a good laugh.
Stone me? He's not here. When
The
he's
guy who's
when
gonna
he's
stone
be
you
here
is
to
not
stone
there.
me?
Back
Come back
tomorrow.
for the stoning? Your name is?
It doesn't matter what my name is. He's doing his job. Whatever it is you're saying, I don't want to hear it. Please go away. But, you know, it's a job at a church doorman shouldn't act this way. This isn't a military, you know, he's, complex, you know. She's allowed to go in there like, come on in, we'll talk about it, you know. So you're here for your stoning. That sounds fun. You know, like that's kind of the attitude that I think the church should have. You know, you welcome people in. You want to get stoned? Come on in. But that's not what she was presented with, and that just perpetuates this whole fight that people want to take up. And I want to fight you, and she wants to fight him. I don't want to fight any of you guys. I want you to stop fighting about stupid things like homos need to be stoned. No, they don't.
So you're not gonna stone me? All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that Pastor Manning is a stoner. Right? I would not argue with that.
Yeah, Jimmy Dore showed up to the place too.
I don't know anything about any of these people or whatever. I don't know anything about them, but she looks like she might be on a level. Maybe not. Go ahead and tell me why she's not. I don't care. But I don't watch the Young Turks for reasons I've established in 5 minutes of clips I've looked at here. But she looks all right. She looks like she might be level. She's very cute as well, so that might play into my bias. All right, so I'm at 16 minutes. I'll cut this off. Much more stuff to discuss in the coming 4 videos. If you have any questions, feel free to hit reply and tell me why I'm wrong and argue with me, and I'll give you my phone number. You can call me up. We'll talk about it. Because that's what I'm supposed to do as a Christian, you know? Help you understand, you know, what is going on here on planet Earth. And where I'm here with you, that's why I'm interested in it, you know? But you see these things all the time. It's like, someone, so I claim the Christian flag. That's my club, that's my group, whatever. I'm entitled to that. You're entitled to disagree with me, and I love it, you know? Dissent is what makes any system functional, or else it just, deteriorates. But, so, we all have different points of view, but we all can be Christians, and that's what, our goal is to have you see our point of view. You don't have to, but I definitely have the right to explain it to you, and that's what this is. Hey, you want to hear more about this? I'll ramble to you on and on about it until I feel like I've tried to answer your question. But Steve Austin, I love it, man. He's hilarious. But it's not funny like this Young Turk. He's so funny. I mean, he's not being funny. Like I love this guy because he's no bullshit with this guy, you know. I listen to his podcast all the time, and that's what this is a clip from. I've happened to stumble upon the Young Turks talking about it, and that's unfortunate.
In the news lately,
but yeah,
about same-sex marriage.
He's got a very good point of view, and if I had not, grown up with, the understanding of the biblical point of view, because it gets so twisted. There's so many twisted perceptions of the biblical view. But the correct understanding of it, which I'm not saying that I totally have, I have a correct understanding of acceptance, of peace, of love, of all the fruits of the Spirit, all the good things the Bible talks about that you should do, that most people agree with. I bet you Steve Austin agrees with, love, peace, joy, kindness, faithfulness, all of those. I can't remember them all because I'm a bad Christian. But that's okay. You can be a bad Christian. At least you just have to be willing to try. Like, hey, God, I don't get it. I don't get it. Don't understand all of it. But hey, I'm willing to try. If love, joy, peace, and da-da-da-da, if that's you, I like those things too. I would like to love. I'd like to have peace and joy. These things sound good. I agree with those. As opposed to hate and destruction and chaos and division and all the other fear, negative things, those are not of God. Those are of the bad guy. And it's like, pretty clear the lines are being drawn or whatever, and people want answers and stuff. So here's the answers that I think that I have. There they are. You can take them or leave them. But yeah, I'll let Steve have the last word because he's better at speaking than I am.
I'm crazy about this, and some of the churches say, "Oh, no, can do. You can't do that."
No can.
I'm for same-sex marriage.
I like the
don't
fact
give
he
a
says same-sex marriage. The only reason I use gay marriage is because that's what the newspapers are saying. That's what everyone's calling it. You know, if you want to get into an issue about semantics, if you don't like gay, I actually prefer same-sex. You know, same-sex. But in the favor of brevity, succinctness, being succinct, making it a short title, just use gay marriage. So go ahead and write me and tell me that you don't like me calling it gay marriage, but that's just what everyone else is calling it. That's what you know, the news is calling it. So just, you know, there you go. But I like the fact that Steve Austin used the term same-sex marriage. It's clear that, you know, he's no bullshit with the guy. I like that. He's definitely should be at the table in the marketplace of ideas.
About same-sex marriage. Everybody's going crazy about this, and some of the churches say, "Oh, no, can do. You can't do that." I'm for same-sex
Well, that's the thing. You
marriage.
can
I
do
don't give a
it.
shit.
You can do it. You are free to do that. You can do that. Well, you're free to be homosexual and practice, you know, homosexual things. As far as free to be legally married, I guess that's what it is. It's like the law wants to play God. It's like, oh, we decide if you get married. I said, well, not really, you know. And if, from the biblical view, God is the one who created marriage, and it's like he just did. You know, he wants you to get married, have a wife. He just does, just like he wants you to eat. You know, just like he wants you to sleep, just like he wants you to be happy and merry. Eat, drink, and be merry. Tomorrow, we're probably going to die. That's nowhere in the Bible, but just the idea of it kind of is. You know, it's just like, hey. Anyway, so I'll continue ranting on it. Oh, yeah. I'll step away from it here.
Whatever it is.
Tell me what you think.
believe
Email
that
it.
any human being in America or any human being in the goddamn world that wants to be married, if it's the same sex, more power to them. And what also chaps my ass, Teddy, is that one of these churches or some of these churches have the high horse that they get on and say, we as a church do not believe in that. Which one of these motherfuckers talked to God and God said that same-sex marriage was a no-can-do? Can you verify?
I can answer that in the next video. It doesn't matter. The general answer is, oh, well, in the Bible it says, there's, you know, but whatever. So that's the answer to that. Which one of these motherfuckers talked to God? It's in the Bible, you know. Point it out to you. You're probably not interested in actually reading it. If you are, you can totally see it. But it's just lots of verses that just generally say, don't do that. Hey, just, you know, here's, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Can you give me some 411?
Yes. And see, that's the thing. He's like, can you give me some 411? He wants to know more information about it. This guy doesn't have the answer that he needs. She looks like she'd be interested in the answer. This guy's just, I'm not even going to go on about that guy. So anyway, yeah, so that's why I'm butting in here. Hey, I have the answer. You take it or leave it, but here's the answer that I can provide for you, and I think it's important for people to know. You have the right to have access to this information that I have been, you know, lucky enough to have been forced on me like my whole life. You know, this is like second nature to me. It's like, you know, but I realize most people haven't been brought up like that. So hey, he wants the 411. I'm giving it to you straight, Stone Cold.
No can do. Can you verify?
And anybody, that's why I like Stone Cold, because there's lots of people that feel like this. I feel like this. I love this guy. I like to listen to him. I agree with him. But yes, can you? Yes.
Give me some 411.
Dude, I love Stone Cold.
Okay, Eric. Please stop.
There is a God that says.
Stop hitting the dog.
They'll use their religion as a reason to dictate our laws.
Yeah, that's another thing that's annoying. You're right.
And I absolutely hate that. So I love that he touched on that a little bit. It's really good.
Okay, I love the other quote as well.
I don't think that there is a God that says you cannot do this.
He's free to think that.
Okay, so two cats can't get married if they want to get married, but then a guy can go murder 14 people, molest 5 kids, then go to fucking prison and accept God, and he's going to let them into heaven after the fact that he did all that shit. See, that's all horseshit to me. That don't jive with me.
Who doesn't love Stone Cold? That don't jive.
I don't like it. It's like, oh, he's fun. Like when someone listens to Mr. T, he's like, oh, I love Mr. T. He's so funny. It's like it's not being funny. Like, it's not a joke. You know, literally, that's just how I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's like they're making fun of him. It's like, oh, he's so funny. Oh, no, he's not.
With me. Listen to me. These two cats come in. I love this guy. Somebody get him.
I love her reaction. I love watching her reaction to
That's
this guy.
cool, man. Listen to me. These two
What,
cats
if that's not...
Don't jive with me.
If looks could kill, yeah. If looks could kill, and I would let them kill this guy, and that's why I'm a flawed human. You know, this guy deserves to go to heaven, even though I personally think he's annoying.
Who doesn't love Stone Cold?
Oh yeah. Okay, so, yeah. Watch. I just love her reaction. She's totally saying with her face. This guy, everything that I think about this guy, she says it with her face right there.
That don't jive with me. Listen to me. These two cats come in. I love this guy. Somebody get him a beer. God, that's cool, man.
That is. I love
That's
how open-minded
strength.
he is. Yeah.
That's Stone Cold.
And to me, that
And
shows
to
me
me,
how
like
strong
this
he
is
is.
these conversations. Like now, she's sucked back into it. You know, sucked back into the bullshit conversation this guy is having with her. And to me, and he doesn't want to listen to that. Watch his face if you want. I'd rather not.
His own sexuality, right?
Right.
It's always the people.
Yeah, good
that
job
get
of
on
the
their
editor there.
high horse
Cut away
and
from
they
that
talk
guy's-
about how same-sex marriage and being gay is terrible, and you're gonna
Yeah. Yep. That's annoying. Let's.
burn in, hell
I
for
agree
the
with
rest
you,
of
of course.
for the rest of eternity, whatever. But like, if you're a straight guy and you're not, worried about anything, you're like, yeah, let them get married. I don't give a shit. Like, it doesn't impact my life in any way.
Yep.
If you'd like, question Stone Cold sexuality. See how it turns out for you. You
That's
might
the
have
biggest,
a stunning surprise.
biggest laugh that guy got all day.
Question Stone Cold
Listen to
sexuality.
laugh.
See how it turns out for you. You might have a
All right, there. Well, until next time, if you want to put up with more of this, I'll send you another video in a couple days. Bye-bye.